It is cold in here. I'm glad I have hot coffee. Game design, in my view, is an expressionist kind of medium. I love using it as an expression because I am an artist at heart, and I love creating different types of things with different mediums. And in game design, you can create different types of experiences. So the reason why I stopped uploading was because I fell out of love with the content that I was creating here. Whenever someone would submit a game to me and I would break it down, usually I would break it down in terms of systems and whatnot, and I found that so boring. So I want to bring back the channel, but I want to do this differently. This is how it's going to work, right? You'll submit a game to me, and you'll fill out this little form that says what your intentions are with the game design, right? Or not necessarily the game design, but the game experience, right? Your whole experience, what you intended for the player to feel while they played it. And then I'll get the game. I will not read what you wrote, and then I'll go into the game blind, and I'll just play whatever it is that you sent me, and I'll record my thoughts about what it is that I felt during the gameplay, and then I'll go back to your intentions, and we'll compare the two, right? And we'll see if what I felt was what you had intended. And if not, if there's a misalignment, then we'll talk about what game design may have caused that. Or if there is an alignment, then we can talk about what game design may have caused that. And I think that's going to be a lot more interesting. There's a link in the description where you can submit your game, and I would love to start doing that. So the reason why I stopped uploading was because I fell out of love with the content that I was creating here. It was mainly because of two different things. One of them was because of this systems approach to game design that I had been taking a lot. I actually found myself much more engaged and much more interested whenever a person would submit a game to me and they wouldn't exactly know what was wrong with it. Now, I do want to acknowledge that this is much more subjective than the other ways. Now, again, I wouldn't say that game design is objective, so I'm just focusing more on the subjective part. And because of that, I'm calling this channel something different. It's called Games Over Qualia. Qualia is the philosophical term for the measure of subjectivity. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's just the way it is. I thought, I'd been listening to a lot of Alex O'Connor lately, so that term stuck in my head, I guess. But also, I get to, keep the stupid GOC acronym. I actually thought about that first. That was the reason why I came up with the GOQ instead of GOC. That I guess maybe I could have called it Coffee Over Qualia. That would have been much better. On top of that, I want to do more videos of games that impressed me with their game design. And I want to do around 3 to 4 videos a month. Now they're going to be audio only videos, and I'm going to put them on the Patreon. For those, I'm going to have about 3 to 4 a month. This month, we're going to talk about autonomy in the game Drink Then Forget. We're going to talk about narrative stakes in the game Many Nights a Whisper, and the aesthetics that I very much liked in the Skate Story demo. I'm switching Patreon. It's not going to be the same Patreon. It's going to be a different one. So I'm shutting one down and starting one up. So if you were a Patreon member before, you're not just left in the dust. You'll get a free month of this stuff. And see if you want to continue with it. The other reason why I'm putting this on Patreon, those other videos, is because with the Games Over Coffee consulting videos that I had done before, they were all funded by the people who submitted the game. It was under a pay what you want system, and that's currently what I'm doing now with Games Over Qualia. But if someone gives me a game, it's up to them whether or not they want to pay for it, right? They can pay for the video that I made or not. It doesn't matter. It's basically a donation. Sometimes, and most of the time, I would get nothing, right? Which is totally fine. But it means that during that time, the week that I spent producing that video, that I didn't make any money. And this is the only thing that I do. So I am trying to make money from it. To make sure that these are funded, I want to put stuff in a Patreon, right? And see if we can get that going. Because if Patreon wasn't around, I wouldn't be doing this, right? If these weren't funded, I couldn't do them. So I am going to see if I can do this, for the first couple months, we'll say for the first 4 months or so, see if this pans out and if it's actually funding. And if it's not working, and if no one really cares about either, the Patreon or paying for this content, then I just won't make it anymore. And clearly, there wouldn't be an audience there. If you've been a fan of this channel for a while, or if you've been a subscriber, thank you so much, because you're amazing, and I wouldn't have done this without you. I couldn't have done this without you. So thank you for that. So that is everything. That's it. Welcome to Games Over Qualia. There's a link in the description to submit a game, and I hope that you do. There's also a link to the Patreon. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.